Hello guys, welcome back to Archive Ryzen. In this video, I like to talk about Fritia Turbo Hair DPS, her weapon comparison, and her logistic talent priority. The weapon I'm gonna compare is Fritia's signature weapon Sonic Flash, the Chaos weapon from Paradoxical Labyrinth's reward Chocolate Filling, and Fritia's free-to-play weapon Dreamweaver. Fritia Turbo Hair stat I used for this calculation is Manifestation 2 stat. The weapon stat for this comparison is Tier 2 Sonic Flash, Tier 1 Sonic Flash, Tier 2 Chocolate Filling since you can get 2 copies of it from the Paradoxical Labyrinth's reward, and Tier 5 Dreamweaver. While the Logistic talent has 14% attack percent talent and 11.8% chaos damage talent. First of all, I like to explain about this weapon skill first. Fritia's signature weapon and free-to-play weapon skill have almost the same triggering mechanism, where Fritia need to dodge or sprint to trigger the first effect, then come to a complete stop to trigger the second effect. The thing that you need to pay attention to with both of these weapons is that you need to come to a complete stop in order to activate the stationary effect. So in case you want to perform a normal shot, just make sure you're not shooting while moving to maximize the damage. Also, the signature weapon can provide this ballistic damage taken debuff only for the next 3 shots. After that, you need to start sprinting again to re-obtain the buff. While the free-to-play weapon buff, this one can only active for 5 seconds every time you dodge, so make sure to unleash the 3 bullets before the 5 second end. As for Chocolate Filling skill, all you need is just to keep shooting at a constant speed to consistently trigger the additional damage from the weapon skill. However, this weapon isn't worth discussing because you will know soon. Here is Fritia's total DPS. For the signature weapon DPS, it entirely comes from her shooting damage in her super shot stance, while for the Chocolate Filling and the free-to-play weapon are come from a combination between super shot stance and normal shot damage due to insufficient stamina issue to continuously use the super shot stance.
信して、このフリティア先生がついてけないことはない。火力のショータイムよ。これ自動装填のパーツと機能搭載してないの？火力のショータイムよ。ちょっと疲れた。これ自動装填のパーツと機能搭載してない。
There is few important things we can notice from this calculation result. As you can see here, her ultimate skill DPS can be higher than her standard skill DPS to non-weak spot part, but lower than the standard skill DPS to weak spot part, which means her ultimate skill is very suitable to defeat mobs enemy in case you lazy enough to aim at their head. And if her ultimate skill hit 2 or more enemies per use, then its DPS will greatly surpass the standard skill DPS. So don't hesitate to use the ultimate skill in case you see multiple enemies stay close together. The second things we can notice is her normal shot DPS is lower than her standard skill DPS, so make sure to always use her super shot stance before shooting. Lastly, her support skill damage is nothing compared to her ultimate skill damage, so you can't expect high DPS from it. Instead, it can be used to either shorten the distance to enemy or to create distance from an enemy that is too close. So the question is the signature weapon Sonic Flash is a must-pull weapon, or you can use Chocolate Filling as an alternative weapon to replace the free-to-play weapon Dreamweaver? The answer is yes. The signature weapon is a must-pull weapon, and Chocolate Feeling's Tier 2 weapon is worse than the free-to-play weapon Dreamweaver. If you use Chocolate Feeling Tier 2 weapon, Fritia's DPS will reduce by approximately 2%. Why? That is because the weapon doesn't provide any ballistic damage buff, and because you will often run out of stamina to use her standard skill that can increase the normal shooting frequency, which can significantly reduce Fritia's DPS. Not to mention that you will have a high chance of interruption when shooting normal bullets without dashing or dodging to conserve stamina. Of course, in this Chocolate Feeling's DPS, I already include the additional damage from the weapon skill. In summary, Fritia will not become a turbo hair if using Chocolate Feeling. Instead, she will need to walking around while shooting normal bullets. And by upgrading from free-to-play weapon to Tier 1 signature weapon, you will get 50.5% improvement, which is very high improvement that make her a signature weapon dependent operative. If only the stamina cost reduction could reach 75% after upgrading to Tier 5, the percentage wouldn't be this high. Unfortunately, it just stays in the 25%. Lastly, by upgrading from Tier 1 to Tier 2 signature weapon, you will get 25.5% improvement, which is also very worth it. But what about her DPS? Is she a worth invest main DPS operative? I think her DPS is not very high but pretty decent. So yeah, if you plan to pull for Moxier Shadows or Lifer Infinite Sight, both of them might be a better choice than Fritia Turbo Hair, considering that Moxier Shadows can be very useful for most ballistic DPS operative, and Lifer Infinite Sight can produce a better DPS than Fritia Turbo Hair. However, if you want to talk from another perspective, yes, Fritia is very cute, funny, adorable, fun to play, and worth pulling operative. Also, this new boss, Iron Ouroboros, might be specially made for Fritia Turbo Hair due to this thing weak to Chaos Element, and you have to destroy its neck armor to expose its weak spot. I don't know whether Chernal can one-shot it or not since the story is still in rework, so I haven't tried Chernal to see whether this boss has Chernal repellent mechanic or not. The conclusion is, her signature weapon Tier 2 Sonic Flash can provide 25.5% improvement than Tier 1 Sonic Flash. Meanwhile, Tier 1 Sonic Flash can provide 50.5% improvement than Tier 5 Dreamweaver. As for Chocolate Feeling, you can still keep it for the future Chaos Sniper operative. So if you are a free-to-play player, using her free-to-play weapon Dreamweaver is your last choice due to stamina issue. For Fritia Hair, her stamina is like her skill energy, so instead of consuming skill energy, she consumes her own stamina to use skill without consuming any skill energy at all. That is why her signature weapon, which can significantly reduce the dodge stamina cost, can provide a significant improvement to Fritia's DPS and make her a signature weapon dependent operative. About whether you need to upgrade her weapon until the second tier or not, I think that is up to you because the improvement percentage indeed is very high, making it worth upgrading. However, based on Fritia's DPS, she isn't a worth investing operative. So in my opinion, you don't need to unless you want to compete in neural simulation or you like her fun gameplay. About her logistic talent priority, attack percent talent has the highest priority, where a triple S grade attack percent talent can provide 15% DPS increase, while the second is crit damage amplifier talent, where a triple S grade crit damage amplifier talent can provide 12% DPS increase, and the third one is alignment index talent, where a triple S grade alignment index talent can provide 7% DPS increase. If you are unable to obtain the combination between them, just focus on obtaining a single attack percent talent piece like me. For the third talent is chaos damage. I think that's all from me. I will upload a new video that explains about her skill, manifestation, team compilation, and recommended boss, so please stay tuned. Thank you for watching, see you next time, cheers!